welcome back to block number 5 of the Quilt and Code Spring Mini Series. We are working on this block this time right here, and if you want the pattern, it is totally free on our website at www.quilt-n-code. Right here, you can see it right here. Just click right there and come join us as we continue on with our series. This block right here is what we're doing next. So let's get stitching. Block 5 gets to use all the colors. Just look at that array of color. I can't wait. So first thing we're going to do is trace out all our pieces. Since I have all the colors, I am going to try and make sure I label everything. So I have my heat and bond here. I am tracing on the paper side of that heat and bond. And then this one is the medium pink, so I'm just going to put medium pink there just so that I have that. And then I'm going to sort of wind that around so I don't waste so much of my heat and bond. And I'm going to trace all the pieces just like this. While I was waiting for my iron to heat up, I went ahead and laid out all my beautiful colors. And now I can place those down. The iron is still heating up because I have written down which color is which on my pieces. It's a lot easier to go through and be able to place them down. Of course, I don't. There we go. Perfect. Gotta make sure I have enough mat here to do it. Okay, dark green. Slip you up just a little bit. And my medium pink right there, and my hot pink right there. Now my iron's nice and warm, and I can go and press everything down. And now I'm going to let them cool and cut them out. Now that I've rough cut all these out, I can get in here and cut directly on the line. My circles are never circular, but it is a plant. And so I don't really care. When it gets finished, you'll never know the difference. All the cutting is done, so now we're going to do the fun part. So we're going to go ahead and crease that center there so that we can find that center. It's very important because we want to make sure that stem goes all the way from the bottom to the top and it's in the center. And then I'm going to start with that center because I want to make sure that that stem does what it's supposed to. And having that nice little crease, it's hard to see on camera, but it's there so I can make sure that baby is centered. And then I'm going to go ahead and give this a little iron so that it doesn't shift. It is in the center. I want it in the center. It doesn't need to shift. The next thing I'm going to put on is the top of, or the big ball of the flower. And then I'm going to start placing my petals around. Starting with my nice peach color. If you're doing the blue colorway, you're doing the beautiful blue. And then the lighter color comes next. And you can see already that I'm sort of having some issues on this side because this is way too close. So I'm gonna start shifting things up just a little bit to make sure that I'm keeping in that 1/4 of an inch. And remember, it's a flower and it's your artwork. And so it's okay if things are wonky. You will notice that none of my circles are circles. But I also have that wonderful blanket stitch that's coming on my sewing machine, and that's going to help smooth everything out. And so will your zigzag if you're using a zigzag. All right, and then my light green down here at the bottom. And I'm noticing something right off the bat. Is that I think I want the round part of this to go down here so that my point goes to the top. That would be good. And then I can have my point here go to the top. There we go. And then I have my nice hot pink. Now, see, I want to make sure that this fits in here. So we're going to just spread you out just like that, making sure we have enough room right here. So now we have a whole bunch of these little circles. Okay, so I am going to start with the center two, and I'm using the smallest ones that I cut out. I might need to cut them just a little bit more. I got to make sure that I have my 1/4 inch there. If I need to, I can move this down just a little bit to give me some more room, but I don't think I need to. And if you have some tweezers at this point, that's really good. I'm going to use my little scissors right here just to put these guys in place. And like I said, once we get to stitching everything, all the little raw edges and stuff, they're all gonna clean right up. And I think I'm gonna switch these two. I'm gonna move you because I seem to have a little bit more room up here. Now that the block is nice and ironed and cool, let's make it look gorgeous. I am going to start with my yellow thread. The reason why is because these are going to be little pieces, and I'm nice and bright and cheery right now with my coffee in my system, and I can concentrate really well. I want to wait until I'm doing these flat stitches and long stitches when I'm tired. And so I'm going to start with my yellow just to get warmed up and make sure that my stitches are doing what I want them to, because I have changed to my blanket stitch, making sure that my stitch width and my stitch length are what they need to be. I'm going to start right here in the corner, and this is a great opportunity since I'm just starting. I haven't done this in a couple of days, so I want to make sure that all of my, I'm just going to get used to it again. And so I've put down my hand wheel just to make sure that I'm in the place that I want to be, because I want to be right on the edge of that fabric. And then I'm going to go ahead and tack that into place so that I can just cut those threads when I'm done. And when I'm going around curves, I like to make sure that I'm using my needle down positioning if I have it, and doing a little bit of pivoting as I go. And I'm sort of hearing something funky underneath. It's probably that my bobbin thread is doing something funny. Oh no, it's my top thread that's doing something funny. So it was the top thread that got looped around the guide. And so when that happens, my machine, well, with both the bobbin and the top stitch, will make a little sound. And so I wanted to make sure that I knew, listen to your machines, guys. They're telling you everything. And so I wanted to go ahead and stop. And because of that, I could just pick up where I was going. Otherwise, if I'd have kept going, I would have had a whole bunch of issues. I got off a little bit there, no problem. You won't be able to see it. Okay, now I'm warmed up, and you can see how even with the few little mistakes, it just starts to even out those edges, and you can't even see it. So I am going to move on to my circles. And so there's a lot of pivoting involved here. So I'm going to slow my machine way down so that I can anticipate better where my stitches are going to be. Using the hand wheel here is really essential too. Just take your time with these guys. They're not that big, so they don't take that long. But you can see how I'm almost going one blanket stitch at a time. And I'm not even going to cut that. I'll cut that later. I am going to use my hand wheel just to make sure that I'm in the right positioning. And then I'm going to tack. It's gorgeous. Don't you just love block number 5? It's going to go right there in our pink colorway quilt. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff below. If you are using a different colorway, I want to see it. So put that down there in the comments so I can see what colors you're using in your project. And if you want to get any of these fabrics or even the kit, you can check out our website right here. We have all the stuff for you, including the free patterns so that you can download and do this project all yourself. We'll see you the next time.